I'm excited that I discovered some North Jersey pizza yesterday in traffic and making wrong turns and leading to an obvious sight of a building with a flashing, non-flashing but close to flashing old sign saying Pizza Town, and the instant moment of right turn into it. It was good. So I recommend, if you're in North Jersey, below Ridgewood, that Pizza Town is a good place to be. Quickly. They're very fast in the service. They want you to know what you want to do, and I was kind of like slightly perplexed by their menu at first because it didn't like list slices. I had to ask like if I could get a slice, and they're like, yeah, only plain. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, so I got 4 plain and a Coke in that heat, and the Coke had ice, and I don't drink Coca-Cola very often, and so that feeling of a well-made Coca-Cola, like we don't really focus that much on well-made Coca-Colas these days. Like I don't think people are talking enough about Coca-Cola, you know? Like if it's a beverage that is well-made, it's refreshing, you know? Like I don't have to be the only one to tell you that Coca-Cola is refreshing. They've built a successful, relatively, career on this premise. But a few years ago, I was really thinking about Coca-Cola trucks often, as I would be on all sorts of various corners of New York City and would encounter the Coca-Cola truck as the kind of omnipresent white whale of New York City. It going and being in all places at 3 a.m., at 3 p.m., on Rust Avenue, on the Upper East Side. Coca-Cola truck really stopped a lot. People had back pain as a result of these trucks. People had diabetes as a result of these trucks. People just like stopped seeing them. But I saw them as I was making other deliveries during these whole periods of time, and started photographing the trucks. And the photographs of the trucks just were a way to capture that. And so that's what I'll say. Being here. That's a fair amount of possibilities. There can be other amounts of possibilities. I was happy I got a parking space right in front. And it was tight enough that people with a dog 15 feet away from me as I left the Honda Civic behind I think some sort of larger SUV Jaguar and maybe a Prius in front gave me that approval. Pretty good parker, man. Pretty good parker. Look at you. Yeah, you no pressure on that traffic that's coming fast down 9th Avenue or 23rd Street. Yeah. Just slid right in there, confident. Said all of that to me. The guy dropped his dog. He rushed up. He was like, I never saw parking like that before. Oh my God, you're the greatest parker. Whoa, who are you? Do you park professionally? Can I speak to you after? What are you doing right now? Oh, you're playing this show, and that guy's here. So thank you. I'm glad that you're here to learn something else besides parking. Basically, the thing is that you go almost all the way past the car you're parking in front of. And then it's about confidence in the first 45 degrees. As long as you kind of, it's only about a short adjustment at the end. When I was consistently, the most fun I had in parking actually was when I had two cars on in Washington Heights. I had a 15-passenger van and a Subaru station wagon. And when you dealt with alternate side parking with two vehicles in the neighborhood that I'm glad I no longer live in, because where I live now, as long as it would take to park in Washington Heights, you're back in Newburgh. So that's a whole other story. But the issues of two cars and parking, it kind of became a good strategy to have two cars, because then one was always parked. So with that, in a way, you're less always looking for parking. You know you have one car that's parked, and so that may help you park the other car, or swap, or whatever you're doing in your day-to-day where you have two vehicles. It would be helpful, but the real only time to park in Washington Heights is at 5 a.m. That's generally where, you can pass on an alt side of the day spot, because you might go 50 feet away and get alt side for the next day so you can sleep in. But if you do that at 5 a.m., you have a good shot. Anytime 6, 7, 8, just drive somewhere else. Okay, so I'll play one more music thing. So I bought this amp on Facebook Marketplace in Germany in 2021. I was really impressed with all of the equipment I got on Facebook Marketplace living in Germany for a year. It was a good way to meet the people. I would take my bicycle from the town that I lived in across the Rhine to Duisburg's train station. I was in Duisburg's train station many times. It's a good place to wait. So a lot of waiting in Duisburg to then, it took me until I was pulled off a train to learn what the Fahrzeit ticket is. Fahrzeit ticket? Does anyone know what a Fahrzeit ticket is? No sprechen Sie Deutsch? Okay, so Fahrzeit ticket is apparently a bike ticket. And if you don't have a ticket for your bicycle, even if you're going 2 more stops, you will likely be asked to leave the train. And so I did once, and there was a period of time during my first months living in Germany that I thought I had the inside track to citizenship, where if you get 13 tickets of disciplinary action in Germany over the first 12 months you live there, automatic citizenship, especially because you pay the fine. If they see, oh, this guy is good for our tax roll, you know, he like is riding a bicycle with his hands off the handlebar. Oh, big problem, big problem. And you're wearing headphones. Oh, big problem, big problem. So that was a good one. Then holding a beer in April of 2021 on the Ruhr, on the Rhine, in the Ruhr, Rhine in the Ruhr, and my friend had consumed her beer. She disposed of her beer in the garbage and was then walking with me, and the police came to me and said, "You are not allowed to hold your beer." And I'm like, "Really?" And they said, "Yes, you have finished your beer and you have not put your mask back on. And so you need to give us your information and we will fine you 65 euros. So I was like on the way to get this amp I got nabbed on the Berlin train station, whereas like a few people here probably have ridden the Berlin metro just on the honor system, and it generally was an okay idea at a certain point, but is not really a good idea at this point. But I got a ticket for going 3 stops to pick up this amp, and it worked out in a way because the amp was supposed to be 80 euro, but then like the battery thing, as you see here, was broken, and so the guy was like, "Look, if you want it still for like 45, you can have it." I was like, "Yes." And so that's this, and I really believe, I can't play the song and it's not tuned to it, but it has the chorus that really is the "Come As You Are" chorus. So if you're looking for like the dialed in Yamaha like solid state chorus sound, this amp is like, I mean, I'm holding it here so we can talk afterwards, you know, there's like a rental service for this, just the sound, you know. Yeah, you send me the stems, I make the mix, I send it back to you, you know, there's FedEx is involved, I have an account, it's all easy, it's fucking simple. So this amp, you know, kind of could be someone's business, but that's just what I'm saying. I usually just play banjo on porches or couches, and so this is kind of that closest in between of being on a banjo, on a couch or a porch and with a banjo. is that this thing, you don't even need anything else. Because like you go like this, you go like this, you go like June for inviting me to be here.
Thank you.
And yeah, that was good. So really, I'll have a couple other performances, I think in October, so nice to meet anybody, and I'll let you know what that is. So, thank you.